Y'all notice that cone of pile of rocks out there to the north of the ranch? Anybody know what that is? Y'all notice that cone of pile of rocks out there to the north of the ranch? Anybody know what that is? Well, that's Ed Shefflin's tombstone. He's buried there. Now, Ed Shefflin was the founder of Tombstone, came here in 1877 in search of silver and gold. But all he found out at that time was mad Apache Indians. Most likely said to himself, you know, this ain't such a good idea. So he went down to Sierra Vista to Fort Huachuca. Now, Fort Huachuca is the oldest working fort in the United States, still working today. He joined the cavalry. He planned on using the cavalry as protection on the weekends while he searched for silver and gold. Told his comrades at Fort Huachuca, said, when I muster out of the cavalry, I'm going right out in that desert and we're going to get rich. Comrades told him the only thing you're going to find in that desert is mad Apache Indians and your tombstone. Well, now in 1878, right downtown Tombstone, he struck silver. The old Good Enough mine netted over $30 million in the 1800s. Tombstone was rolling in the dough. So as a joke on his comrades at Fort Huachuca, he decided to name the town Tombstone, and that's how we got our name. Now, the reason old Ed's buried out there in that pile of rock is after he mustered out of the cavalry, he was staying down on the old San Pedro Tabroco house. Load up his horse and his pack horse and go out for 2 or 3 days at a time and search for that silver and gold. Now, he knew it was here because his father was an archaeologist, so he knew the elements to look for. It was just a matter of finding a location. He did that for almost 2 years before he made his first strike. Now, that's a lot of perseverance, because back then all we had was mesquite trees and mad Apaches. Well, there's that hillside there, just to the right of the monument. Back before the earthquake in 1887, that was known as Watervale. It was like a swampland, water everywhere. Over there watering his horses, but he notices a bunch of tracks around the water hole. Now, Ed knew that somebody had been to the water hole. He sort of thought it might be somebody stalking him. When he made his strike, they'd kill him and jump his claim. So he decided to go up in that pile of rock, his first camp, and hide out and watch that water hole. Lo and behold, that afternoon, a whole band of Apaches showed up at the water hole. It sat there in that pile of rock all night long, watched those Apaches so that they wouldn't find him. Because if they would have, there wouldn't be no tombstone. Next day after the Apaches moved out, supposedly that's when he went into town and struck silver. Passed away, he has to be brought back and buried over that pile of rock where he had sat and sweated them Indians all night. Didn't want anything special done, just wanted to be buried in that pile of rock. Rumor has it he's buried standing up with his pick and shovel. But when you walk up there to visit old Ed and pay your respects, you see all them big giant boulders, it'd be very hard to dig a 6-foot ditch. Most likely just dug a round hole, stuffed them down in it, and covered them up with concrete. He didn't care, he wasn't here anymore. Well, they inherited all of his wishes but one. They built that 25-foot tall claims cone marker over the top of his grave. Morning, folks. Come on down and have some coffee. If you decide to go and walk up there and visit old Ed, you go out the gate down here, turn left on the road. It's about a 1/8 mile general walk. But remember, folks, you are in the desert. Arizona has 13 species of rattlesnakes, all of them located right here in Cochise County. We also got Gila monsters, stinging scorpions, alligators, crocodiles, lions, tigers, and pink elephants. Depends on how long you stayed in that saloon last night, whether you sit at Pink Elephant or not. And he's been spotted several times. I'd like to welcome y'all to Tombstone. Welcome to Tombstone Monument Guest Ranch. They call me Arizona Bill. Try to do a chuck wagon breakfast 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It isn't all-you-can-eat breakfast, so if you leave hungry, it's going to be your own fault. Thank y'all for coming down. I'll still have plenty more coffee. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sit on the table there and I'll pick you up.